My dad decided to put my baking skills to the test. Did you know you could order a cake at DoorDash from New York? It took 2 days, but we got a cake from Cake Boss, Carlos's Bakery. So now I have to make a red velvet cake to see if it comes even close to theirs. So let's go to the kitchen. The first thing we're going to do is we need to wash our hands. Then we need to preheat the oven to 350. Our Cake Boss cake is supposed to be coming in any time now, but I'm really excited to try it. I went ahead and measured out every ingredient so that we could save some time. So we can attempt the best red velvet cake ever. 2.5 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of sugar, 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, so now we're gonna whisk it together. Make sure to get all the chunks out of the sugar before. My Nana always tells me to clean my space, so I'm gonna clean my space for her. So now that we've got all of our dry ingredients, let's do our wet ingredients. So first off, we have 1.5 cups of olive oil, 1 cup of buttermilk, which make sure to put at room temperature before you pour in. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of red food coloring. Then we have 1 teaspoon of vinegar, 2 room temperature eggs. Make sure to not get any shell in the eggs. So this next part, you can either have a mixer, hand mixer, or you can just use a whisk. I would suggest about a 2 to start off with until it gets this. Next off, we're going to mix it at about a 2, but add a little bit of this flour mixture. This cake mix should make around 2 to 3 cakes. I like layers. So now you have to get 2 9.5-inch pans, which you can get 3. I only have 2, so we're gonna start off with 2. Now you can use canola oil spray or Pam spray, whatever you have lying in the house. And you're just gonna spray it at the bottom and then get the sides. So now this is meant to go for 3 pans or 2 pans, but you can do as many layers, just thin the layers. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit more to this one. And then I'm gonna save some mix for a 3rd cake. Okay, so I'm spreading it out. And then now they're ready to go in the oven. So now I'm gonna set my timer. I'm gonna set mine for 15 minutes just to check on it. Now we're gonna be making the cream cheese icing. Now I'm gonna double the recipe so that we have enough for each parts of the cake. 2 packets of cream cheese. Make sure to put it at about room temperature so it's soft. 2 sticks of butter, 4 cups of sugar, so that would equal 8 cups. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. So let's start adding it in. Let's add the sugar on in. Now our softened butter. So make sure to keep this mixing for about 5 minutes so it can get nice and fluffy. But every like minute or so, I want you to turn it off. Make sure I unlock it. And then kind of just go from the bottom up to get everything that's down there, like the sugar, so that we can mix it. I always check the cake with a toothpick to make sure it's done. Yeah, you see how none of it came on the toothpick? It's done. Unless you want it gooey, you could, but my family likes it just like this. And before you put the icing on, make sure that it's all cool, not hot. Because then the icing will drizzle down and it won't stay. Before we start layering the cakes, we need to make sure we have tons of icing. And then you can just do this to make sure every part of it has a lot. So now I have a plate so that I can put this on the plate to make sure that it is not going to fold or bend or anything on there. Should probably put this over it. And this is the fun part. And then if it still doesn't come up, you can use your knife and go extra around it. And then kind of just like push it up a little bit with your knife. Not too much to where it won't break, but just a little bit to where it will push it up. Then you bend it down a little bit. Okay. What I can do is I can try to clean this off a little bit and try to fit it in here. But sometimes what you can do is you can use this if you don't want to put it in here, and you can use it as decoration for the top of your cake. I'm gonna try to fit it in, but if I can't, it's a little decoration. So I'm gonna try to scrape it a little bit to where it's still in its spot. The reason why I did this is because I didn't add enough spray, which happens all the time. But just let you know you need to add a little bit more spray next time. But my hands are clean, so I can try to fit this on perfectly. See? Okay, so I just slid it on there. I'll show you how to do it on the next piece. But now I'm just gonna put some icing on it. A lot of icing on it. And then just smear it. So this right here, no. Okay, so now it doesn't look the best right now, but just keep spinning it right here. And you'll start getting straighter. Yeah. Okay, so now this is why I bagged icing right here. So you can go around the sides with it and swirl. See right there, still icing. If you can see the red, you might need a little bit more icing. Okay, so I don't know about y'all, but whenever I think of red velvet cakes, I think of these like really big flowered icing things. So I'm gonna start with that. I'm gonna go about right here. And I'm gonna do that about every inch or so. To make it look really good. Okay, so we got 5 right there. And I think we might be done.
Looks good, didn't it? Yeah.
We'll bless this and we'll bless the food that we're about to eat in the BJ's.
Sure.
Yeah.
Beaches, Zookies. I'm trying non-Bethany.
I'm gonna get so fat.
So I messed up. Instead of adding powdered sugar, I used granulated sugar. But it was a happy mistake because my brothers thought it was even better. But after asking my family, this is what they liked about each one. Cake Boss cake, we loved the decoration. We also loved how it tasted. It just tasted a little bit different than how we are used to in the South. Now with my cake, my brothers really loved the icing because it was sweet and they like sweets. With my mom and dad, they really liked how it tasted. Be sure to watch my next video when I make gumbo with my Nana. Please subscribe so you can see our next video.